Hello, what is up everybody? This is Big Zess here and we are back with another video. Today we are out mining again in the Stanton system with another ship. This here is my Crusader C1 Spirit. This Crusader C1 Spirit plane is another option to utilize as sort of a do-it-all daily driver with a big cargo space area to be able to load up a lot of different vehicles and to do some mining in the system. So here on the Crusader ship, on the C1 Spirit, can close the ramp here. You can fit a rock mining vehicle in here on this grid. I believe it can hold up to 64 SCU on the grid, which is on the sides here. So as you can see, I have this 1.8 SCU box. You can place 4 of those boxes, so one there, one there, one there, and one there. I have a total of 32 SCU on each side, 64 SCU in total. And then you have this walkway in the middle to be able to go to the bridge. In here, right now, the door, this door here in the middle, it's currently broken. And this door here also is currently broken. I on purpose broke them because it's kind of cumbersome having to run from the front all the way to the back and vice versa. Just to get to the bridge here. So that's a little tip if you want to just break these 2 inner doors, because it's just kind of redundant to have that many doors. But the functional purpose of having that many doors is if you were ever to be boarded by a pirate or something, first they would have to break the cargo door, then they'd have to break this door, then they'd have to break this door, then they'd have to break this door to finally get into your ship and access your stuff in that nature. Okay. Continuing on, in the back here we have components. Okay. The stock components on the ship is actually pretty good. You actually get military grade components. So if you wanted to upgrade, it wouldn't necessarily be for more functionality. It would be for certain perks and other perspectives. So I think what I did is I upgraded the quantum drive. I think that's, yeah, this right here. So I upgraded the quantum drive to a Chimera, so that way it'll be more fuel efficient. And that's the only thing I upgraded on this ship, component-wise. There's more components in this section here. Really just the radar relay is what really matters, because the other bays I think are empty right now. Yeah, that one's empty. And that one's empty. So those components aren't really in the game yet. So the radar is the only one that's really there. And then we have the bridge area. Let's go ahead and close this door. The bridge area, you have on the right side, you have a bathroom, which is nice. You have a little, I guess, food prepping area. You can open and close these doors here. Put some food in there if you want. And then you have 2 beds. So 1 bed on each side, with storage up above. 1200 micro SCU. storage. The beds in this ship are actually functional. So you can lie down and you can bed log in this. Yeah, you can log out if you wanted to. So unlike the Zeus ships, which in my opinion, design wise and functionality wise, the Zeus ES in particular would probably be the best ship to have, but because it lacks the bedlog function, it really takes a hit, specifically for the function and for the use case that we're doing today, which is mining and exploring. So the C1 Spirit is a great alternative to utilize if you want to explore the verse. And also, not only does it have the bedlog function, things like that, kind of like with the CL version of the Zeus, this ship also has a tractor beam, which you can access through the, let's see here, power on.
Crusader Industries, a journey worth taking. Systems on.
You can turn on the tractor beam here. So let us. Okay, so we'll have to, let's see if we can go into this menu here. And let's see if we can turn on this way. Let's actually go into SCM mode. That's probably why. Yeah, let's go into SCM mode first. And then maybe we can use it.
Shields on.
There we go. Still not working for some reason. Okay, let's try to just turn it on from the pilot seat. That will be odd if I have to turn it on from the pilot seat, though. Sorry about this, guys. Okay. No, it's just not working. Well then. Is it broken? Hold on. I'm going to go up there and I'm going to take a look at it. Before I go out there, let's continue to look at this left side here. There's two suit racks, which this functionality is not really in the game yet. And then you have a weapon rack for 2 guns and 3 handguns. So lots of utility here. In particular, specifically when it comes to mining, when that functionality actually is implemented into the game, instead of using a big storage box, which I think you would still need to use, I have this storage box here not only to put the gems that I find, but I have the different suits that I wear. So this is just a typical suit that I would wear along with the armor piece. And then I have the cold armor on right now because I'm on a cold planet. And then I have the hot armor in there as well. So depending on where I am, I'm fully kitted to be able to survive whatever situation I'm in. Let's try to get onto the roof to see what's going on with this tractor beam. This exit is the only exit on the ship. I think that's the number one critique that I would have for this ship, is that there's only one exit, which is through the cargo bay. The Zeus ship is superior in the sense that it has 3 functional exits: the airlock, the cargo, and there is a ladder that you can access just from the bottom. Okay. So yeah, what's going on with this tractor beam here? So it was just missing 1%. I hope it turns on now. Hopefully. Let's try to turn it on first. There we go. It's on now. Wow. I just needed to repair it 1%. That's weird. All right. So now let's see how this thing works. Okay, there should be a button that says enter. Yeah, there you go. Enter remote turret. You press the S button and it comes down. And now we can, for example, pick up our Argo Atlas Geo. Okay. Put it back inside the bay if I wanted to. You can press the S button and it'll retract back up the top side of the ship and be out of the way. Okay. So that is a tractor beam. But anyway, we are here in this video at the moment because we wanted to do some mining. And I am on the planet, I believe, Magda. Not a planet, but a moon. Yeah, there we go. And in Magda, or on Magda rather, we have a high concentration of famaline and also hadonite, which are 2 of the most popular or the most valuable rocks that you can hand mine, and which I will bring up here in a second. So it will be these 2 here, hadonite and famaline. We are on the moon Magda, and they are in pretty high concentration here. Aberdeen would be a better place to go to get them a much higher concentration, but Magda is a moon where the temperature doesn't get too cold. It only gets really cold during the nighttime, but either way, I still have my Novikov suit. So with famaline and hadonite, you just have to be very careful. The laser intensity is better to be set to about 30%. and then you can manage the charge by either moving away to not be as much within the optimal range, or moving forward to make it cook a little bit more. So I'll demonstrate that here. We're going to start right on the optimal, see how long it takes to charge up. It's charging up really slow here. So we can move in a little bit, and then move back. Move back a little bit more. Once you get into the green, just utilize distance to control and stabilize the charge with the brake. That is something that I have learned after doing some mining, not only mining in the geo, but I actually got another ship, like an actual mining ship, and I started mining in the ship. That was one of the key things that I learned doing that, which we can do that in some other video as well. Ship mining. So it's in the green. Let me just back up. These deposits are very sensitive, so utilizing that distance is very helpful to help stabilize it. I don't have the rock with me today right now, and that's mainly because the geo's been working. It's been working very well, and so it's just very, let's say, convenient to not have to, get into two different vehicles. So when the geo works, hey, that's all you need, and so that's what we're sticking to for today. Another thing that I've also learned, I know since I'm talking right now, you probably can't hear it, but we'll try it with the next rock. If you hover over the rock and you just wait, there's a little trilling sound that you can hear. It's very faint, but I'll try turning up my sound effect volume here in a second, so that way you can probably hear it a lot better. It just takes a little bit for the geo to scan the rock, so that way you can show the charge level. So if you're ever curious about why it is that it takes, sometimes a rock may or may not show a charge level on the right side, you just got to give the, let me go ahead and turn that all the way up. You just got to give the geo some time to actually scan the rock. So I'm going to actually shut up now, and then you can probably hear that trilling sound once I put my marker over this next rock. Okay, you probably heard it. Let me switch over to there you go. So it shows. It didn't show because I was in extraction mode, but now that I switched over, so it's already there. We're going to do it again with this next rock. Yeah, you guys heard that? It's like that trilling. And then it shows for both of them now. They're both scanned. So that way when you start, you can see how much it's heating up. And it's a lot easier to control by using distance and also turning the laser off if needed. It's very important These rocks are very sensitive and they're quite volatile. They can be overcharged pretty quickly. So keeping it around 30% and just utilizing distance has been giving me the best results so far. I'm going to break this one. It's probably full. So let's go ahead and empty the container. I should just move this container here. Make it a lot easier. also note that I finished the Alliance State event already. One second, looking that up here. I was able to join some groups and do some mining myself, and so I went ahead and fully completed everything here. And so now I'm just playing the game with doing the most relaxing game loop. Mining and drilling. You should just go ahead and dump it. It's almost full. All right, move that over. Okay, there we go. Just glitched for a moment. Yeah, man, you get one of these really big containers. You get yourself a geo. You have a ship like this where you can bed log. I mean, you can be out in the verse for quite a while. Get quite a bit of very rare gems. I make quite a lot of money doing some very relaxing, chill gameplay. Enjoy the views. All right, scanned. It's always good to scan, especially with these ones. It's really good to scan them first, because as you probably guys have been seeing, the overcharge levels on different rocks, it varies. Some of them they heat up really quickly, and some of them you have a little bit of time. And you know, so if you're going to be doing any kind of mining, make sure that you scan the rock, or allow the ship or the geo, whatever that you're using, to actually scan the rock before you start laying into it. See, now this one, I can get really close to it because the optimal range is way up there. It's going to take a while for this one to heat up. Right, now I can start back. Okay, this plot is done. So yeah, me learning about that scanning trick, well, not even really a trick, it's just patience. And it's really as you guys have probably heard as well, it's a really faint noise. And so when I was hearing that, and I finally figured out what it was, it's been very helpful to increase my survivability. Because as you guys also seen, depending on what rock you are drilling, some of them can blow up really fast. Some of them are, take a bit longer to cook. And if you don't allow yourself to have that space to just scan the rock, you can end up in some trouble, overcooking rocks really quickly and being sent to whatever base that you set your regeneration to. So gotta be really mindful of that. All right. Go ahead and turn our
Engines off.
Oh, let's turn this off. Tractor beam off. Put it in engines.
Engines on.
Okay.
Launch complete. Landing gear up.
Plot over here. And there's two different plots actually. That one's more spaced out, but we'll look over it. We'll see what it is. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was going to be shale. So these ones are really close together. This is more likely going to be what we're looking for. Looks like some more feminine. So. Perfect.
Landing gear down.
If you really wanted to, you could just shoot all the inner doors. Me personally, the reason why I want to keep at least one is because with a door closed, especially in here, I have a tendency to run around with my helmet off. And the reason why I do that is because I eat food or whatever it is that I may do. And so with a door that closes, and if you still have life support on, you won't be completely open to the elements, right? So I kind of make it a mental habit that if I'm going to eat food or whatever, I always go to the bridge in order to do so. And with it being on the bridge, I know what life support is on, and with that door closed, it's going to be pressurized in here, and I don't have to worry about accidentally leaving the cargo bay door open and starting to suffocate while I'm trying to chow down some noodles or something. So, just a little note that I wanted to add there. But if you're someone who is very diligent with that, by all means, shoot out the doors so you can just run the front and back a lot easier if need be. So, more Emmeline. Okay. Make sure that I scan it first. It's really nice when the geo just works because it's very, and I really do mean very efficient, with just braking and picking up everything. I'll do another video with one more ship that I really like for this style of gameplay. And it's a ship that anybody can use. I know most of the ships that we've been kind of reviewing have been ships that are a lot bigger, that have a lot more capabilities, but there are certain ships that can do this particular game loop very effectively and are a lot more accessible. Not really. It's usually about 100 pieces is where it gets full, but I hope it's not glitchy where it only's going to take 8. Maybe this one little piece is just a one-off. Okay. We'll see. But when I got that one, now it says that I have like almost 2 SCUs. So it might be glitched. Let me see if what's in there. Well, the one's not even in there. That's odd. Well, this is why you always bring the rock as a backup. Because this thing always gets messed up. Somehow. Definitely glitched because I'm at about 8 point something, so 80% full again. Just see if I can have it. Probably need something. Well, I mean, it could be worse. What? 2? That's not right. That's not right. I'm telling you, this Geo, it's amazing when it just works, but unfortunately, this is why you bring it up. So you don't have this nonsense happening. Alright, now it just doesn't want to work at all. Yeah, perfect. So I want to pick this up by hand, and then we'll just go get a rock. It worked almost all day. But then again, this is Star Citizen, so nothing works forever. Still nothing in there. Okay, this one turned to 194. I don't know. I want to know what that's about. Okay. Well, anyway, let's close this up. All right, temperature should start to rise in here. As you can see at the bottom left. Should be able to take my helmet off. It should be safe. Okay. So I'm going to get out of this suit. I'm going to put this on, this backpack on, that, and then we can get all of our food and stuff back. Got my mags, got my food. Okay. Drink some water. Actually, let's drink a cruise. Because these lockers don't really, these suit lockers that is, don't work, I'll just place my empty bottles in here. It's not being used for anything else. C1 Spirit is pretty fast. Top nav speed is 1130, as you can see. So, quantum fuel capacity is on the lower side, or I'm not going to say low. It's pretty average. 1.8 quantum fuel when it's full. Right now we're at 78%. We're going to make it to, I believe, Everest. Let's go back to Everest. There we go. Shouldn't be too far away. It's my home base at the moment.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete. Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
And C1 Spirit, it's a pretty good ship, man. Lots of cargo space. You can fit lots of different ground vehicles in it. Has all the amenities that you would generally want in a transport cargo ship. And because of the military components, the armor, the HP, it can take a punch, and it can deal one as well. You get 4 size 3 guns, lots of missiles. It's a pretty well-rounded ship that's more catered towards transport and fighting capabilities, but can definitely handle all the exploration tasks that one would generally have. Hangar request is here. Landing in a hangar is not necessarily as cumbersome as some other ships. This ship is, in particular, quite wide, but height-wise, don't have to worry about it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to come in at an angle like this. Down.
Landing gear down.
There's that wing. Oops. I always park it into the back of the elevator like this, so that way I can get this box off. Put it on the elevator and then Before I put this ship away, I want to make sure it's prepared. So I just smack it to the wall. So this repair cost is not only me smacking it into the wall, it's also my broken doors. I'm going to be mindful of that. Refill the quantum fuel. And my doors should shut now. Then I gotta go through all of them. Especially this one. I'm just gonna get rid of this Geo because it's glitched. We'll just have to get another Geo. Dragonfly can stay in there. And yeah, so we'll go ahead and close this down.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Get another Geo.
Your insurance. You'll please visit us again. Goodbye. Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
C1 Spirit one. In all honesty, I would rather have the Zeus, but the Zeus doesn't work the way that I want it to. So we have the Spirit. Let's see here. Should be this one here. Yes. So let's start moving everything over. It would be easier to do this in the freight elevator. Why do I have a whole other box in there? Okay. That was odd. Okay. Let's go sell these gems. See how much we made today. Wait, what? The awkward face cam. Let's get to commodity shop. I'm just pressing buttons. Okay, let's get to the commodity shop. That's going to be up. Will it be upstairs?
Ready to reset your expectations from the everyday to an higher From breathtaking views, incredible dining, to unmatched shopping, Crusader is
We have over 1,000 units of Femoline. And we have a couple units of Hadanite. So let's look at the Femoline units first. So that is 178k per 500. So that's going to be 300 and almost 360K just for the Fema line alone. So let's go ahead and sell that. No, that's, hold on, let's do that again. And then let's do it again. Yeah, that's a lot. So that's almost 500K. That's 360 plus 100, 108. It's 470-ish thousand just for the Fema line alone. And then for the hat and night, we have another 78. So that's about 550K is what we made with mining today. Now I'm in the million again. So yeah, that is going to be today's video, doing hand mining with a Crusader C1 Spirit, and we were focusing specifically on the most valuable resources, which is Femaline and Hadanite. I was doing some mining earlier today before this video, so probably altogether about 2 to 3 hours worth of mining. Not necessarily mining in itself, but the logistics of all this stuff. Yeah, you can make some pretty decent money doing some really relaxing activities in this game. It doesn't all have to be PvP and ship fighting. But so yeah, if you enjoyed the video, give it a like, share, comment, subscribe for more. There's definitely going to be more to come. See you next time, and peace.